Say to everybody, the most important thing for me is to first honor each and every one of you. We are in the holiday season, and wishing you and your families a healthy, peaceful, and prosperous year. So the chat that we wanted to have today, which is on the commercial setting for a win-win on 2025, the reason for that is I've been doing analytics, and George has given us this opportunity to connect and do these Zoom meetings, and to be able to spearhead a company and the growth of this company with everybody and the amazing leadership that Lifestyle International has, and now going into Lifestyle International Caribe. So I wanted to really invite you all to take a moment and really look at your 2024 and see if you have achieved what you had intended to achieve in 2024. Personally, I took the time to look at my calendar. I took the time to really review everything that I did. And I had some personal challenges in 2024 that I am very clear that I didn't get to really succeed in certain areas of my life because I had other areas of my life that needed attention. But I want to invite you to look at yourself and forgive yourself and acknowledge yourself for what you didn't do. Because if you go into 2025 looking at life and looking at what you didn't do, you're going to bring an experience into 2025 of not trusting what you can achieve because of what you didn't do before. So my invitation is, and I wanted to have this conversation in a chat, so you can ask me any questions. We can walk through whatever it is that you're looking to do. I saw a lot of people and understand that a lot of people have a fear of being involved in the commercial space. So in the commercial space, it's a totally different animal. Why? Because it's not emotional. It's all business. It's all really comes down to numbers and being able to have a very transparent conversations with your prospective buyers and with your prospective sellers. But Lifestyle has such a strong residential team, and we have some amazing commercial leaders in all sectors, whether it's our Florida office, the Carolinas office, and our New Jersey office. And I want to invite you to, if you're either leading an office or you're managing an office or you're a residential agent, really look at your conversations. Are you having conversations with everybody you've ever sold a property to or rented a property to, and be able to understand that now you also have a commercial partner, so that everybody that you know either knows a barber, a nail salon, a restaurant, a supermarket owner, somebody who's looking to build a multiple structure. And if you didn't have those conversations in 2024, think about how much money was left on the table. Think about everybody that you sold the property to. Was it a one-time deal? Or are you able to create your CRM so that you are not only doing their rentals, but their sales, and being able to service their commercial needs or their clients or their family and friends' commercial needs? So for my invitation on this Zoom is to have you look at how to win in 2025. And in order to win in 2025 is being able to look on the sector of wherever you're working at. For example, right now, I feel very blessed. I was able to have an exclusive listing for our Dominican Republic Lifestyle Caribe office in a project called Blue. We have 600 units for sale, and we're also handling the commercial end of it. So my invitation is for every agent to be able to look at in your network, who do you know who will be interested in investing in Dominican Republic? Who do you know who wants to own a piece of paradise? Because now you'll be able to do that, and you'll be able to be compensated because you're part of the Lifestyle family. So being able to secure a 600 unit project was a really beautiful task because I created first a relationship. And my invitation for you for 2025 to have a win-win year is to look at, you are looking at life from either two perspectives. You're either looking at life from a perspective of earning a commission because you're looking at your bills, or you're going to look at it from a perspective of being able to create a relationship so that that relationship, you're going to turn it around and be able to provide value, long-term value, long-term relationships. I've been doing this business now for 40 years. This was my 40th year. And what I would like to say that anywhere that I go and anybody that I speak to, my biggest gift to myself and my biggest blessing and gratitude is that I have friends and family all over the place because we created a relationship. And that relationship will always, always, always steer you so that if they were thinking of renting or selling, they're going to think of you. So in regards to the information from Blue, I see that you're looking, Bernie and Andrew, you're looking for that information. I actually just finished a meeting with Lauren, and the website and the price points will be available by next week so that everybody can have the information. And we also got confirmation today that Hilton is the hotel brand that's coming to the project. So
That's
there's a
awesome.
lot of blessings that are going to be bestowed upon everybody. It's just really finding the factoring of where you want to focus. The commercial sector, if you're in the Florida market, you're looking at a lot of new construction, you're looking at a lot of locations that are, expanding in the cannabis space. You're looking at people looking for warehousing. Look at where your heart feels that you want to focus in. Do you want to learn about, new construction? Do you want to learn about industrial parks? Do you want to learn about shopping strips? Do you want to learn about, an income producing property, right? So that because the 5-year notes are also becoming due, there's going to be a lot of performing and non-performing notes. Are you taking yourself to the next level of your business because you're able to look at it from a bird's eye view, being able to look down and say, wow, so I have now allocated my time for, do you have a coach? What's your time for getting coached through the process of you being where you are versus where you want to go? Lifestyle offers a huge opportunity with so many great speakers and so many great coaches. Angela is one of them that can help you maximize where you are to where you want to go. When it comes then also in Florida market, I see a lot because we're working on a few projects right now because I also do funding for new construction where there's senior housing, where there's, different sectors that are also offering large land. Yesterday, I picked up 140 acres by Orlando. So, there are things that if you open the conversation, you're going to create the relationship, in which return you'll turn around and be able to secure these deals because then you'll be able to network it out. And right now, there's a lot of agents because of everything that's happened with NAR have had some sort of insecurities about how they're going to commit themselves to 2025 in their real estate business. In the commercial space, nothing changed. We've always had that conversation around the commissions. We've always had conversations with the buyers and sellers agents to know exactly what they're expecting. But the greatest conversation is with that CRM that you already have, with those investors that you are meeting, and how you can provide value to their portfolios. So if you look at yourself and you look at your calendar, what have you allocated for that coaching, for prospecting, for follow-up, and for growth, your growth in this marketplace? Things are always changing. And I always say, what I know, and what I don't know, I don't know. But I know that I can go and find the information somewhere. So if you look at your life and you look at everything that you're looking to achieve in 2025, let's look at giving it. I don't like, and people put dream boards. I don't like dream boards. I like vision boards. The difference between a vision board and a dream board is dreams are always a dream. But if you have a clear vision with a clear understanding, with a clear target for you to achieve it, you will create the steps and you will find the resources to achieve it. So never look at yourself, because if you quantify yourself from two angles, you're either going to quantify from what you haven't done, or you're going to feel what you didn't accomplish, to then being able to circle back to being it today. The only gift you have is today. Yesterday, you can't do anything about. Tomorrow is unseen, but you can be your best self today. So I always look at my life as who am I being today? What am I doing today? And what am I providing for my team, for my family, for my friends? Starting with myself, I do not start my day without meditating first and living in gratitude. Are you living in gratitude for the challenges? Because those challenges are going to help you grow. Those challenges are going to help you look at yourself, look at your business, look at everything that surrounds in your business and be able to expand. I always taught my agents when I've been in this industry, like I said, for 40 years, I always used to tell them to look at form, family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Because if any one of those sectors of your life going into 2025, if any of those sectors in your life are suffering, your business is going to suffer. Are you able to separate it, or are you looking to keep the cycle that is not working, continuing, not working? And it takes putting that stop. It's like people who set themselves up in January 1st that they're going to go to the gym, and then by January 20th, nobody's at the gym, right? Are you putting those brakes on all the time because you're doubting yourself, or are you trusting yourself? Are you trusting that you have the right team, that you have the right information, that you're in the right company with the right support, that you're able to say to yourself, I want to be able to win in 2025, and this is what I want to do in my commercial business. You don't know what you don't know unless you ask. Ask. Who are you reaching out to? What are you doing to expand in that sector of your life? So be able to look at yourself, be able to set up that win-win for 2025 by being very, setting yourself up with your belief that you can, number one, belief that you have the team that can support you to achieve what you're looking to achieve, number two, and believe that you deserve it. Because if you don't see yourself deserving what you are declaring, then you are not going to achieve it. So have your belief create this experience that the universe will show you that you are capable of doing what you have set out to do. And always remember, if you take care of your family, your occupation, which is a real estate, whether you do real estate part-time or full-time, it's going to give you the results based on the information and based on the commitment that you put into your life's schedule. And then you want to be able to have your family, occupation, your recreation. What are you doing for yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? Because if you're exhausted, if you're not happy, then that's what you're going to be perceived as. People can show up to a meeting, and if you show up to these meetings and you're out there prospecting and you're like, oh my God, I haven't done this and I haven't done that, and you're coming from that stress, people are going to feel that and they're not going to want to work with you. And I hope that makes sense to all of you. Take the time to separate it and take the time to nurture you, take care of you. When you come with your 100% energy, people are going to want to be attracted to that. They're going to know what's the secret sauce that you have. You look sometimes at agents and people are comparing. Don't compare. Your unique self. Your amazing self. You are already everything you need to be with the right information to lead your business, to grow your business, to create your multipliers. Because 2025 is going to be a great year in real estate, because it's going to be a great year because you decided that it will be, and you decided what angles you're going to work at, and you decided where you're going to go and educate yourself so that you can learn what you're looking to learn, so that you can provide the income you want to provide for yourself. And then money or motivation. You want to look at money or motivation, because when you're motivated and you have a reason why you're going to do something. I was a single mommy, so my motivation was always including my girls, because they were my inspiration and motivation. And I would tell them, you're going to support us. This is what we're going to do. And this is what we're going to do to reward ourselves. Are you rewarding yourself? Are you rewarding your families? Or are you just working and you're just in the hamster trying to make the money that somebody else is making, trying to close them on the deals that everybody else is making, trying to run around like everybody else is running around? Guys, that does not work. Long term, you'll burn out. You'll have to take a break. So why not have a pace that is going to be amazing so that at the end of 2025, you can say to yourself, I was able to achieve my vision board's goals because I paced myself to win. Are you checking in monthly with yourself? I look at myself every week on Sundays. I look at my calendar and I look at my results. Because if you're not receiving results, something needs to be changing. So what are the results for the time that you're implementing, and what are you spending that time in? If you're prospecting and you're not closing, if you're going out and not being able to close these deals, the only reason I was able to secure and get an exclusive listing on these 600 units is because I never asked them for the listing. I did a relationship combination first. I first wanted to know who they were. I wanted to know first who their family was. I wanted to know what their motivation, inspiration was to sell those units. Because you're interviewing them as they're interviewing you. And there's a great book that's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. People don't care what you know. People want to know that you care. And we created a relationship that even while my father was in the hospital and he was hearing the machines behind it, and he was in the ICU and he was hearing the machines behind me, he knew I was committed to his goal to sell those 600 units. So his relationship and I solidified when he said, I saw that you'll do what nobody else has done because you were there for me while I needed to have these conversations around my project. So are you creating those relationships, or are you giving people reasons and excuses and not showing up for 100%? 100% of you is 100% in every area of your life. That means in your family life, that means in your personal life, that means in your business life. Because you are not only representing yourself, many people come into the real estate business with an employee mentality. You're an independent agent or broker at Lifestyle. You are the CEO of your company, and Lifestyle gives you the ability to do that. So when you get that pride inside of your heart that you are part of an amazing company with an amazing growth, with an amazing possibility, imagine the feeling that you're going to bring to the people that you connect with. And in this beautiful project called Blue, I don't know if anybody's here on this call that's been to Dominican Republic, but think of Casa de Campo now on the West Coast. And we have the ability to now lease out all their commercial property. So we're looking for restaurants, we're looking for nightclub owners, we're looking for casino operators, and we're looking for a supermarket. So where can you play in that? How can you be partner in that? How can you partner up with things that are happening in the projects in your own individual communities? You know, I can only tell you that I know that you have the capability to do whatever you set your mindset to do when you're able to say to yourself, this is my determination, this is where I'm headed for 2025, and this is my focus on the commercial space. Now, to keep peeling that onion and being able to look at how to start your commercial business is first, look at your CRM. Second, who everybody that you've created a relationship with, who can you connect back with to let them know that you're also in the commercial business now. And so you're able to service if they're looking to lease, if they're looking to sell, or they have a family or friend that you can help them achieve and look at their portfolio so you can help them expand it into 2025. So my conversations for the next 3 weeks with all my clients is to be able to review what 2024 was and be able to set goals for 2025 as to what add values they're going to do or add to their portfolio. And then being able to break it down. If I look at the Miami area, there's a lot of new construction. What projects can you take in that developer is going to trust that you and your team can rent out their units or can sell out their units or can rent out their commercial spaces to the client base that they're looking for? Second would be taking sectors, looking at what areas you want to focus in, and then become the expert in that area. Who are the architects that you need to be in touch with? Who are the builders that you need to be in touch with? Who are the attorneys working in those development sites? So being able to drive through areas, you'll be able to see what's happening, and then you can create those relationships. And then third would be to be able to introduce yourself, introduce your company, and see what is going to be the next add value to that area that you're choosing to work in. What's the next development that's going to be able to happen? Are you going to the meetings that are being held for approvals in your own individual areas? Because that's where you're going to meet those architects. That's where you're going to meet those attorneys. That's where you're going to meet those investors. Most agents don't do that legwork, but they want to expect the results. And I'm very transparent around that. I have never made $1 without being able to put in that extra mile to be able to create those relationships. Look up in your individual areas when the approval dates are. Those are publicly posted, and go and start meeting these developers. And then you want to be able to turn around and know that we have all the language. We took a couple of weeks to do this, but all the language, all the commercial language for all the different sectors are in .loop. So you'll be able to have the language there. The next step to know is that once you negotiate a transaction, or once you're working on a transaction, being able to know whether you're an exclusive agent or you're going to have an off-market deal, and be able to get the proper documents done, being able to get your NDAs done, secure yourself. Understand you want to have this relationship, and you want to be able to know that this person is going to be working with you as you source information for them and the information you're giving them. So you have a non-disclosure form signed. And then you would have, once you agree on a transaction, you're going to have your LOI, which is your letter of intent. And that letter of intent is very descriptive. So you're going to have the names, you're going to have the information for your buyer and your seller, the price point, and the terms. But the most important thing is, before we even get to that, is to looking at what's your why for 2025. What is your why? What's your inspiration? What is your motivation? What is your belief? What is your trust in the fact that you too can build a huge commercial business in your own respective marketplaces? And understanding, I'm always a phone call away. All you have to do is send me a text. We have a lifestyle commercial WhatsApp where you can post your questions, when you can oppose, whatever you're looking for support. And the different offices, I know our offices in the Carolinas have CoStar, and I know some offices in the Florida offices do have CoStar. In New Jersey, I handle CoStar, so that if you have any information that you want to be able to post or look on a deal, we can do that together. And then we advertise it in CoStar. CoStar, Crexi, and LoopNet are the avenues that most investors look for information on the commercial space. And so we post our listings in CoStar as part of our membership. And then that'll track. We just contracted a daycare that we have for sale just yesterday because a lead that we got. So it's very important to understand the different avenues that are available, being able to set up a win-win calendar, being able to trust in yourself, have belief in yourself, and be able to have a vision, and be able to have a coach or somebody that you can connect with at least once a month, so that you can get support to be able to look at your calendar and see why you have achieved what you set out to achieve, or why you have not been able to achieve it. I do a lot of coaching because I'm also coaching in not only in real estate, but other sectors. And I have people checking in at least once a month, because we don't know what we don't know. And sometimes when we talk through it, we can see where we're not really succeeding. And it's just sometimes changing the content that we're using, the approach that we're using, and the belief that we can do it, and the hours that we're spending. So I want to invite anybody who's on this call right now, open up your mic if you have any questions. And I hope that this information will lead you to understand and to look at your life, that you can win in 2025, because Lifestyle offers you the platform, the information, and the support to succeed in achieving your commercial goals, and being able to take your residential client base and also transferring it over to creating a commercial opportunity with them. I also host a 9 a.m. Well, now I'm doing it at 9:30 because we have the 8:30 calls. I do a 9:30 Zoom meeting where you bring and you can share any information inventory that you have. We can talk about any questions that you have received during the week, and then we can also flow it into celebrating you, because I feel we're all looking to also be heard, be acknowledged, and receive the information that we're here to achieve. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to ask. We're going to spend another couple minutes here together, and I hope you found value on setting yourself up to win-win in 2025 in your commercial business. At Lifestyle International Realty, I'm here always to serve you.
Hi.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Hi. You mentioned something where to go to the approval dates where we can meet these developers.
Yes,
Where,
Charles.
where approval dates at, like at a permit place or?
Those are called zoning meetings.
Oh, okay.
They're called zoning meetings. And where are you based, Chelsea?
I'm in the Miami
You're in
area.
So Miami, you'll see that they have zoning meetings. And when you go there, it's public information, because when you have a new project that you're going to submit, so it takes from acquisition to having the construction plans. So it's called preliminary plans. That's why you have, when you're selling a commercial or new development, you ask whether it's preliminary plans or you have the construction plans, because the first meeting is for the initial presentation of the project, and then the community has to be informed, because they can oppose it or they can approve it. So it's called a zoning meeting, and that's where the public, the architect, the attorneys, and the developers are attend to be able to present it. And then once sometimes you sell a project with preliminary approvals, and then they have to go back for final approvals, which then is another meeting, but it's all posted in individual cities' zoning meetings. Hope that helps, Chelsea.
Yeah, it did. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Anybody else have a question?
Yes,
I
I
have
would
a
like to know, this is Nicole. I would like to know, how do I get in on the Zoom meetings at 9:30 that you're doing?
So what office are you out of, Nicole?
I'm out of North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Fantastic. So Sean has my information. I don't know if you're in Sean's team or in Des or Love. They can send me a message and I add you to the WhatsApp.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Looking forward to serving you. Anybody else? Hey, Jean.
hi. I
Hi.
have a question. Do you suggest that we join any like association for commercial real estate?
If you join what, I'm sorry?
Any associations?
Listen, for me, the associations that I participated were in the Chamber of Commerce, which I know that you're participating in now. And, associations are fantastic if you're going to go and network, right? You got to see what your time flexibility is, what your time availability is, and how many, associations you can belong to, because there's a million things going on. I also participate in something that is very important for anybody in the investment commercial space, is having a LinkedIn page. And then through your LinkedIn page, participating in the commercial investment platforms that are amazing on there. I know Facebook also has it, Instagram also has them. So depending on your time availability, I would say, join things that have physical meetings. There's also meetups for commercial investment platforms. I was a single mommy, so I really valued my time with my kids, and they were dancers. So I was always very mindful that my goals were something that I achieved, because family time was also important to me. So I always worked Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I would take a call or whatever Saturday. And even though it was my office, I had a great manager who handled business on Saturday and Sundays. But I was always also very mindful that my goal has not to create an 8-figure income. My goal has been to create an 8-figure family time and lifestyle. Because money without time with my family was never that important to me. So, there's a lot of things you can belong to, and then you're running around all the time. And I it was not my focus, but for somebody else, that might be your focus, and that's fantastic. I want to have quality of life with the income to have that quality of life, but I know life is a very short journey. And I want to create memories. That's,
Yeah, I
that's,
totally agree. Yeah,
no.
I'm trying to, that's why you're my model. I'm trying to incorporate my kids with my business, in my business too. Like family is always first, but I do want to develop commercial real estate in this coming year. I want to learn systematically in like land development and warehouses. It seems
Mhm.
like those are like big items here.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I asked the associations. I thought that they always provide more trainings consistently in all sectors or market update.
Mhm.
So yeah, those are the things I think I want to strengthen. Any
Mhm.
advice besides the chamber of
Yeah,
commerce, like in regards
yeah.
to training?
Yeah, besides those, I mean, you have classes that you can take to be able to learn and facilitate or navigate, not facilitate, but navigate the commercial language. I always felt, and I don't know if anybody else felt like this, which is probably why I only had a bachelor's degree. I never wanted to learn from somebody who knew the ins and outs of how to make $1 million. I wanted to learn from somebody who made $1 million. So when I was very young, I said, there's a lot of brilliant people out there that never made $1. And there's a lot of people that might not have them, they're not, might be that articulate, or they might not have the right language, but they have succeeded and multiplied their finances because they knew how to handle a certain sector of business. And that was always more important for me, right? I came from really my education is the streets. Yeah, I went to college, and yeah, I've had my own company. I had my own real estate firm for many years, but I really learned by talking to people who had what I wanted. And I will always ask questions, because people who are at a certain place in life, they're willing to teach you if you ask them. And I never came from a mindset, and I still don't come from a mindset of earning a commission. I want to earn a relationship. I want to earn a trust. I want to be able to earn the fact that if AJ is looking to sell or lease a property, or has a friend or family, that they're going to say, hey, contact Fran. She really took care of us. And a commission is going to come, right? And I never did a salary. I've always been on commissions. I always worked in real estate. But I think, and I'm grateful for the quality of life that I've been able to provide for my daughters and myself, because I created relationships and people knew that I cared about them and their portfolio. I would walk away from a listing if I didn't think the numbers made sense. I would walk away from a person that I knew that I didn't want to do business with, because I would never
Mm.
put myself or my values beside, and then the money. No, the money's going to come. Money comes. Money's available everywhere. There's more money to be made than what we think, than what we see it may be, right? And it's all there. It's just me being able to be in the position of being able to say what's important to me. And I never vacillated with my values, and I never vacillated with who I am. And I come from an old school, right? I come from the school that we used to shake hands. That's why when we started talking, I said to you, sourcing is very important for me. If somebody meets somebody or somebody knows somebody, well, that's your client forever. Doesn't mean now that if I talk to that person, that becomes my client. No, sourcing is important. Those are your relationships. And we need to honor each other. We need to trust each other. We need to respect each other. And we need to grow with each other. That's what lifestyle in the family unit is all about, right? And I love, for all the women that I'm seeing here, and I love my men, but guys, this is a really amazing business to be as a woman. The commercial business is super sexy. It's super, I mean, you're dealing with these sophisticated buyers and sellers and amazing opportunities. I love seeing a piece of land that I was able to sell an investor, and see what they build on there, and being able to know that I was part of that. I can drive through buildings and go, wow, I remember when that was just a parcel. Being able to assemble a project, which what you were doing, AJ, right, in Orlando, being able to assemble a project where you have a couple homes and then you keep buying until they build this beautiful, beautiful community. I mean, you might not do as many deals as you do in residential, which is why I always say, keep your residential business going until your commercial business can take over your residential. And it doesn't mean that you don't do residential, but you can then, navigate what time you want to spend where.
Mhm.
And I hope that makes sense to you, my love.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah, I want to call you later, maybe
of course.
today, or yeah, we will
I,
talk more details.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Looking forward to it and love the opportunity to serve you. Who else has
I,
a question before we shut? We have another couple of minutes, I think, on this, and Shanada told me if I need to.
quick question. You mentioned that you were looking for different companies or tenants for the commercial space in the DR. You mentioned nightclubs and some other stuff. I have some business owners in the Dominican Republic and some relationships in different sectors. And I would like to potentially collaborate or put a little grain of salt on that project that you're working on.
Love it, love it. Bernie, feel free to reach out. Angie just shared my phone number. Thank you, Angie, on the group chat. Please reach out to me because it's a beautiful opportunity, and I'll share just so everybody can hear, but I'll share with you all the details. It's a 1-year free rent. And then he's going to take 10% of the net so that he wants to make sure that the person can succeed there before they have to pay $1.
Wow.
So it's a really great opportunity. It's a green project right by the ocean in a super sexy location. And I know that whoever's gonna see the vision, and especially having the Hilton, he just signed that contract yesterday. So I'm giving you out of press information. You know, he just signed the contract yesterday with Hilton. So this is gonna be a really beautiful, sexily project with a 9-hole golf course. I mean, think of Casa de Campo on the West Coast. I mean, you know, the beautiful part of La Terrenas and the beautiful part of where this particular project is that you don't have hurricane issues there, you know, where in the East Coast, in the areas of Punta Cana, if anybody knows Dominican Republic, you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm really excited about this project. I'm really excited you guys, you know, bang out the sales on this project. We're really looking forward to having each and every one of you collaborate with us on the sale of Blue Terrenas. So Bernie, please call me. I have a meeting that I'm heading, and I have an event for a client tonight. But please feel
We'll
free.
talk Monday.
Oh, perfect.
We'll
That sounds
talk Monday. And I got somebody with a nightclub that'll probably be really interested.
beautiful. Actually, you know, there's a very important artist who built a beautiful nightclub in Colombia, and we're already presented it to their team, which is where I'm heading on Monday to present to the team what that looks like. But Bernie, let's do this together, my friend. You know,
Excellent. Thank you. I look forward to it.
I'm excited to have somebody like you to collaborate with.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time. And everything was very valuable that you mentioned today.
Thank you, Bernie. Thank you for your time. Anybody else? One more question before we sign off? Yeah,
Hey.
Angie?
Yes, hi. So, for the residential that are listening, I would definitely say, like, I've been, even when we were in talks to get this done, I have been promoting it in all my listing appointments. So just kind of think outside the box. It's not your typical client that you may think may want to invest in Blue or in Dominican Republic. It can be my client, like, hey, they're gonna make 250,000 in this property. So I ask a question, hey, so where do you want to retire? And then they're like, you know what? I don't want to retire in the United States. I'm like, well, have you considered Dominican Republic? Oh, you know what? I have. Okay, great. Blah, 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 blah. Like you just, learn to do that, and everybody, because who doesn't want to retire in the Caribbean? Like if we think about it, I think most of us, that is our dream, So like I said, it may not be so don't put a bias on who you may think may be interested in, because Fran, Lauren and myself, like we were working the booth and I prospected everything. Even loan officers are like, oh, we don't really need it. I'm like, okay, so none of your clients are ever going to do a home equity line of credit. And then they're like, wait, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, you know what, Angela, you're right. I'm like, exactly. So don't bias anyone, just kind of give them the opportunity and let them tell you. And even if you just get known as the overseas realtor, you're still going to do well. And if you don't know what it is, you have Fran, you're going to have Lauren, you have anybody, you have so many resources that you don't have to know everything about it. You can always just say, hey, I have some of the details, but we're developing everything. So we're still developing things, blah, 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 blah. So I would love to get you guys on a call with her. That's it. So don't get nervous about not knowing what to say, not knowing what to do. Just be enthusiastic and happy about it, and they'll be excited with you.
Listen, guys, I always tell people, don't you want to own a piece of paradise? You know, because this is owning a piece of paradise for as little as $1,000, because the units are starting at $189,000, and it's owner financing. So your credit doesn't matter. He's not looking at any of that. You know, it's really a great opportunity for anybody who does want to own a paradise, who wants to own something that's, you know, within either right in front of the beach or within walking distance to the beach. And everybody's also going to get a green golf cart so that you can get around the community as well with every unit that's sold. We also have some more details around that. I don't want to take up everybody's time here in case you're not interested in Dominican Republic, but you know, we have all the layouts. And like I said, I'm very grateful to be working directly and exclusive, have our exclusive listing for Lifestyle International Caribe for this particular project. And I am collaborating with Claudette on the listing end of this. But come and play with us, and come and play. Come and play. Stop taking this business so to hard that you're not having fun. Have fun. Life is short. Be joyful, and be able to get up every morning and say to yourself, this is the greatest day of my life because I got the opportunity to wake up today. So if you got the opportunity to wake up today, have the opportunity to turn around and make a difference, because everybody that's out there needs what you're offering. You're offering somebody a roof over their head. You're offering somebody the opportunity to have somewhere to they can run their business. And you're offering somebody the opportunity that you can fund their deals, because I've been funding deals as well for as long as I've been in real estate. So please reach out. Let me know how I can best serve you. I'm always very grateful and humbled to have the opportunity to be side by side with the great George Cancebello, and having the president, Christopher Delgado, as partners to deal. And now in the Dominican Republic, having Sean and Lauren to work together to be able to move all this beautiful inventory through the people who are also going to see the opportunity of owning a piece of paradise. So Lauren, you're asking, can you guys redrop the project in the chat? I'm going to be able, if you reach out, we're just finalizing the website for it and the details, Lauren. So reach out, and I believe we should have everything together no later than Monday. And we'll be able to share the information. It's called Blue Terrenas, BLU Terrenas, in Dominican Republic. So I want to thank each and every one of you for participating here today. Once again, wishing you and your families a blessed 2024 and an amazing 2025. And I know that together we can achieve each other's goals. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hosting this calls. And let's make Lifestyle the #1 company in not only in the US, but now internationally as well, thanks to Sean. Thank you, guys. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.